Greetings from the Garden of Eden. Today's episode of Daily Harvest, I am out foraging wild-crafted hackberries, and these are a natural superfood, sometimes referred to as nature's jawbreakers. And they're just now starting to get ripe enough to eat. They start growing, in the late spring, early summer, and the more red that they get, the more ripe that they are. So these less red ones are not really the ideal ones to harvest, and like I said, they're really only now just starting to get ripe. But by the time the fall comes, they're going to be fully ripened, and then by the time all the leaves fall off of the tree, the hackberries start to fall off. So you want to be able to harvest these, sort of end of summer, early fall. Now, because the trees get so big, these trees will get 20, 30 feet tall. It's pretty hard to get the ones that are not low hanging. But these low hanging ones, you can get handfuls of these on a branch. And they call them nature's jawbreakers because they're really hard. When you crunch them, they crunch sort of like a jawbreaker. But they're a superfood, and they're actually really delicious. And these little tiny orangish ones, you can taste like a little tiny bit of sort of green flavor. But they're still edible, they're still good. The dark red ones are the best. The green ones are the least ripe and are going to taste the worst, so I try not to pick those. One thing you can do if you've got a tall tree is you can put out big tarps on the ground, and then you can get like bamboo sticks or poles, and you can hit the branches, especially in the fall once they've all super ripened. They're not on the branch quite as strong as they are now. You can hit the branches. If you're a good tree climber, you can climb up into the tree, you can shake the branches, stomp on the branches, and all the berries will fall down into the tarp, and then you can collect them on the tarp. But the hackberries, the easiest way to actually tell the hackberries is either one, by the berries, two, these leaves, generally speaking, have sort of these, they have like these weird little sort of growths on them. It almost looks like some kind of a it's like almost like a little tumorish type growth on these leaves, but it's super common, and I've never known that to be any sort of sign that the tree is unhealthy. It seems pretty standard and pretty normal for this type of tree, but it's got these weird little growths that grow on them. And also the tree bark is super rough. It's like real spiky, and those are all signs of a hackberry. So it's really easy to tell, and it starts growing its berries in the late spring, summertime. They're super nutritious, they're really delicious, they're pretty easy to harvest, they're super abundant. And these trees, down here in the south, they do really well because they need very little water. So it's a crop that you can find sort of